And we're live. Welcome to Blood in My Coffee. What's going on, everybody? Pal? Feels like it's been a long time, man.
I feel like we just recorded the last podcast. I mean, it feels like we just did the show, but
yeah.
Another week of the podcast, episode number 9.
Wow, we're marching right up field on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I like we're getting consistent, man. I like this every Sunday thing. It actually gives me something to look forward to.
Me too.
So I mean, I just saw Brendan in person. If y'all didn't know, check out the last week's podcast. We did it together. We were both high as balls, and we had a good time. But we almost didn't do the podcast, but Brendan actually was on my ass to do it. So we got it in. But this time we're a little ways away. I'm back in Chicago, and yeah, man.
Chicago.
How was the game?
Man, it was a close one, man. It was a rough one. Any Bears fans out there will definitely testify to it. It was a close one for sure. Got the little guy.
Oh yeah,
trying to help him with his toys.
But
yeah,
did they win?
Yeah, it was a little comeback win, man. It was a good one for the sports teams.
Cool.
But yeah, man. I mean, I feel like we've been saying this every week. Unfortunately for the fans, it's been a little dull lately as far as fights. Yeah. We had Karate Hottie fighting over the weekend against Angela Hill.
Yeah, I know. You know what, man? I listened to Dana White's interview after the event. I couldn't even find any interest, man. It was I didn't know anybody on the card, like not even like a single name. So it's just I did watch the ESPN broadcast for a little bit, which was probably just as fucking boring. But yeah, man, you're right. It's been dry. That's just the climate. That's just the climate right now with sports, especially with.
Right.
I mean, boxing is really struggling, but I mean, the UFC still got stuff on the way. It's just we got to wait a little bit. We got to be patient. So,
yeah, I mean, it was, when I sent it to you, I originally said, check out that Thiago Santos fight and Glover Teixeira.
Santos was on the card?
No, it got called off.
Okay, I was about to say, yeah, because then I would have watched that. I think
it's October. I want to say it's the second week in October. So Teixeira got COVID, so they had to call that one off. But it sucks because Santos, he's a light heavyweight threat, man. So that one kind of sucked not seeing him fight because we got Reyes coming up and everything on the Adesanya card. But, it is what it is. But I kind of figured it was going to be kind of a boring affair anyways. It's 2 women's strawweight fights that took over the main event. Close win for Waterson, but honestly, watching it, it's like, man, I don't know if these guys even have a chance at strawweight with the talent that they have at strawweight level with women. Women's strawweight's definitely the most stacked division as far as women's fights. So, it was a little disheartening to see, but we've got some stuff more in store with next week and everything. But yeah, this UFC card was definitely a little bit disappointing.
Well,
but
and it's just, I think it's just because we don't know anybody. We didn't know anybody. Like, I mean, and for us to not know anybody on the card, or I think that says a lot. Like, I mean, you could be a huge mega UFC fan and say that we're wrong, or say you could be big boxing fan and say, oh, Kavalauskas versus the other, those were good fights. So you don't know what you're talking about. Listen, man, I mean, some things are just bird food. Some things are just made for the birds. I mean, you got to just be able to, I mean, it's got to be enjoyable, man. Like, I don't want to just like, be like, man, what, I am a fucking loser, man. I'm here by myself, like watching these fights like that nobody else gives a shit about.
Sure.
So I mean, maybe one of y'all in the comments can just tell me I'm on some bullshit, and that I missed a lot of good
Clue
action.
me on that one too, man. I'm
Yeah,
right
yeah,
with you, you know.
yeah. But Dana was saying that a lot of the fights were entertaining, and I guess a lot of people got bonuses and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know if he's supposed to say that or not, but yeah, I mean, just I don't feel like I missed out on anything this weekend.
No, I don't think so either. It's
yeah,
and Dana's got to say that, but
yeah.
he hurt too. I mean, a lot of people were looking forward to that Santos fight, man. He's dangerous, he's explosive. So when you start picking away key people like that, luckily with the Gilbert Burns COVID situation, at least Masvidal is able to step in and save that card. But it's still hard to go from your expectations, especially in main event like that.
The Gilbert Burns situation. Is he fighting Gilbert Burns? No, you're good.
So it's always going to happen stuff like that. But the scary thing is when you're not always going to have that roster to save. Like this Poirier situation with Ferguson. I don't know if they're going to be able to find a replacement for Poirier, so they might have to just go ahead and call that fight off.
Yeah. Well, so is Poirier the one that's not going to be on the card, or is it Ferguson?
Yeah.
That's not going to be on the card?
Poirier supposedly it's a contract negotiation issue. He's refusing to fight.
I'm betting they just didn't offer him enough. They didn't give him enough money, and he's just and I think UFC fighters are starting to catch on to the fact that they could be making a lot more money than what they are.
Yeah.
And maybe Poirier is getting a little too big headed here, thinking he's a celebrity. I don't know how many followers does he have on Instagram. Let's see.
I'm not sure. I mean, in his defense, he did just fight the undisputed light heavyweight champion, and some people considering him an early GOAT, and Habib. So I get it. But Ferguson's no slouch, man, and it's almost. I'm not going to speak.
So Poirier is coming off. I forgot. I get Poirier and Gaethje confused. So Poirier is the one that he's coming off the loss from Habib.
Yeah.
And then he lost. I think he got submitted or something like that. Probably like the third round or something like that.
I think it was a third rounder. Yeah, you're right on that. So I mean, when you're going from that to the problem is though. You almost have to kind of. I get the money thing, and like I said, I'm not trying to speak for anybody's checkbook, but if you're in Poirier's situation, and if you beat Ferguson, you're next in line for a title shot. You almost have to bypass the little amount of money now and invest to what you'd be getting by fighting again for the belt.
And they're both coming off losses, right? I mean, I would think Ferguson took a pretty hefty beating. Yeah, and I mean that would probably be a good opportunity. I mean he's getting older there too, isn't he? I'm sure he's getting there, and he's getting an older guy, right?
Ferguson,
been around. Yeah,
I think he's mid to late 30s.
So. Yeah, so I mean, they would think that now would be an opportune time to maybe take that fight on a big card. What's the main event again? That's
that is
Colby Covington.
Habib?
Is it?
No, that's Habib. That was on the Habib card.
Habib cards. That's in October or no?
It is in
man. So we got a lot. We got a lot of good fights coming up, man.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about Habib fighting this year.
It's so he's fighting Gaethje, and Poirier was supposed to be on that same card, and I think it's October. I don't know why I said November. So and
Gaethje is the guy that Gaethje just beat the fuck out of Ferguson.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Exactly. Yeah. All right. So I'm putting it all together in my head here.
Yeah. Let me make sure of that one real quick. But yeah, it's been a
yeah, I mean, I while you look that up, I guess I'll speak my mind here. Yeah, I mean, I am looking forward to a lot of the cards on UFC, and I think it's just one of those times as a fight fan, you got to go through the drought. You got you gotta they want us quenching, man. They want us to you know, really kind of build up and get excited for these fights. So
Right.
so I mean, it's just a waiting period, you know,
Mhm.
and I mean, at least in September, we're gonna have some good fights at the end of this month. So
Right.
fights that
October
are just you
is
can't even
when
miss them. Yeah,
Habib's fighting. It's
yeah,
at 254.
Teofimo.
Yeah, Vince Loma.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one. What
Oh yeah.
the 20th, right?
Something like that, man. I don't even fucking. I've sent you all the promotions, and I have no fucking
Yeah.
idea.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
what's
Um,
concerning? No, it's the weekend before. I think it's the 17th. Because it can't be on the same. It's not on the same night as Habib. I know that for a fact.
well,
Because
and
I
here's
had
the
to double
thing.
check.
Here's yeah, like I feel like if UFC were to put on a big enough card, even if it is pay per view, they might be able to steal some viewers from
Yeah.
ESPN. But that card that Lomachenko and Teofimo fight is on, it's just free. It's not even on pay per view or
Right.
anything. So I mean that's huge, man. But you know, yeah, UFC has that drawing power. So if they put a good card on the same night, then that might be trouble. But
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be a fight night, so they should be fine. I'm not
mhm.
exactly sure who fights, but considering Habib's the 24th and Loma's the 17th,
Is it? Yeah,
it'll just be a little fight night card. So
yeah.
nothing to really worry about. Yeah, so I'll definitely be checking out the Lomachenko fight for sure.
Yeah, man, that's probably one of the best boxing fights of this year. I think on paper.
Right.
I mean, obviously you got like Wilder Fury 3, which was
December, man. They snuck that
well
guy in there,
they're
didn't
well,
they?
I really doubt they make that fight happen in December, man. But yeah, and especially with no fans, dude. They just there's no money for like Tyson, unless they're gonna take pay cuts. But I I can't imagine so. But I'd really like to see that fight maybe like next, and it'll be a year. It'd be a year if we
Sure.
did it in February. But yeah, man. I mean, got some stuff on the horizon.
Definitely.
So I mean, I did. So I guess the one fight that I did watch was Aegis Kavalauskas versus this guy Zuski, Michael Zuski, and actually entertaining scrap, man. I sent you a link. I sent you like kind of late because I didn't know if it was gonna be like how it was gonna be, but stylistically, these guys were there to fight from the first round, and they were throwing some heavy leather, man. You saw Kavalauskas kind of go through some adversity, and I'm not really crazy about dude. I mean, he's not like one of the best fighters in the world, and he showed that on Saturday. Clearly, he's not like super amazing, but
Sure.
He's got some power, and I'd like to see him in there with. He wants the Terrence Crawford rematch. I don't really care to see that, but I'd like to see him in there, mix him up in there, maybe with like who's on ESPN that he could maybe fuck with. You know what? There are hardly any welterweights on ESPN, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the Crawford rematch. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, we're pushing along. We're steaming along here. Not really too much exciting news.
Well, I mean, there's a little. You told me about the McGregor sexual assault allegations. That's pretty big.
What'd you say?
The McGregor sexual assault allegations.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
That one's big, man. So from what I read up a little bit, is it started out as a what's it called? Indecent, public indecency or something.
Some indecent exposure or something like that. Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah,
so it started out as that, and then it boiled into into what it is now. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, bro.
So we saw that happen. McGregor's no stranger to legal trouble, so I don't see that one really derailing him at all.
Dude, he's been in so many and this is just like the sexual assault like this is probably the third time it's been like sexual. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
you're telling me about that.
like
I'd never heard of it.
um
You're welcome.
yeah, man. That's cute. Um yeah, man. I mean, remember he got in that one altercation with that old man.
Yeah,
He like
I
punched him in
saw
the
the
face.
video.
Yeah,
Dude just
and
shook it off.
you know, he's been in altercations. I mean, I get it with like fans and stuff. They'll come up with their cell phone and try to like record them, and he'll like knock it. You know, he'll like
Sure.
hit them or whatever, hit it out of their hand, and yeah, man, he's just a hothead. He's a hothead, and I don't know why people like him so much, man. I mean, he obviously like he's got a big mouth and he's entertaining, in that sense. But like, I mean, when you get him in the ring, man, dude doesn't have anything. He doesn't have that dog left. I mean, he's just a mouthpiece at this point, and somebody to make. I mean, he's just gonna get in there and try to make as much money and for the least amount of risk as possible.
Sure.
And I mean, that's why I don't know why people still fuck with this dude. You know, and I used to be cool with him. I guess I was okay with him, but like, yeah. I mean, you see a lot of hate for like Deontay Wilder, and you're like, why? Like,
Right.
why do people hate some of these other, you know, like all the especially like, you know, UK fans, they love to say, oh, like just, you know, they love to hop on the Deontay Wilder is trash train now.
Sure.
But like then they'll, you know, be super McGregor fans as well. So I don't know, man. It's you see the double standard sometimes, and maybe it's
For
just
sure.
and it's isn't it funny how a lot of UFC fans like Tyson Fury, but they don't give a fuck about Deontay. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Just something I think about when I see McGregor in the news. Just kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Yeah, he's just one. You know, that's the big fault with Dana White too. Is he's so forgiving. You know, Jones had legal troubles too. You know, but
Yeah,
I can totally see McGregor with this whole situation taking a settlement out of court. You know,
yeah.
they're going to
Just
settle
paying
out
him.
of court with some money. You know,
Yeah.
so that happened. We have, I think the option of Lesnar fighting Jones or even fighting anybody at UFC is kind of diminishing. Totally think dude is going to take another crack at WWE or AEW for wrestling. I don't think
I don't
fight.
understand. I don't know why or how he ever even got brought up into the conversation. Like
It's just
he
because he was a
never.
free agent. Apparently, he
Yeah.
talked with Kurt Angle about, you know, his one fight that he always wanted to make it at UFC was John Jones. The issue is though, dude, I cannot imagine UFC is going to come close to what he would get paid on the WWE roster. WWE, he's one of their most bankable stars. UFC is not. He's going to bring in pay-per-views. He's going to bring in money just because he's this gigantic freak athlete, you know.
But do you think people will really fucking buy that pay-per-view right now?
Oh yeah. Well,
Jones versus
you're gonna have crossover WWE fans too, you know.
Right,
So
right.
they're gonna check it out. But yeah, I mean, his the UFC 200 card he was on against Mark Hunt that brought in a good amount. You know, not just solely off of him because that card was loaded, but yeah, I mean he's a bankable fight. You know, a lot of people like him because he, you know, talks shit. He's got some funny, he's got some funny post fight interviews too. So, yeah, I mean he's entertaining, but it's just not feasible. Like I said, I don't think the UFC is gonna be able to come close to what he's making with WWE. So, I think that needs to die down. The issue is though we're still at a standstill with the whole heavyweight division because I don't know what Stipe is wanting to do. I don't think he's going to fight Nagano again. So now we've got Jones and Stipe and Francis in this triangle that I hope gets resolved soon.
And honestly, I'm not even checking for Jones at heavyweight because he hasn't done anything to really even, you know, tell me that he can fight at heavyweight. Like I need to see him. I need to see him like, you know, do some damage on somebody before I can even try to say he can fight
right.
Stipe.
Well, and that's the issue too. Is I don't even think Brock Lesnar is a formidable opponent for him. You know,
yeah,
a lot
that's
of people
what I mean. Like,
gas him up, man. A lot of people gas up Brock Lesnar, saying that he's, you know, he's this.
He's gonna fuck up Brock Lesnar.
Oh,
he's gonna, yeah, you know, he's gonna
his
fuck him up.
defense is unmatched. Yeah, he's gonna beat him. So, Maybe Jones needs to fight like a Curtis Blades or even an Overeem. Overeem looked good in his last fight.
Yeah,
You know,
Overeem would be a good one.
Somebody that because I don't think Nagano's on the table right now, unless Stipe just completely refuses to fight him. So he needs to find somebody in the meantime.
I don't think Stipe is going to take that fight right away. And this just because you're in training camp for that DC trilogy and
Sure.
you win the fight, and then what? Now Ngannou gets to come up and try to take it from me. Like I don't think so. I'm gonna take my time. You feel me? What I mean?
Like, he deserves it.
Yeah, I think so too.
He deserves as much time as if he wants to wait another year, I completely get it because that was a grueling.
And here's what I mean. I don't think he should wait, but I think like, what if he fights Overeem? I wouldn't mind that.
Talk about Ngannou fighting Overeem.
No, I mean that would be fine. But Stipe, what if Stipe?
Yeah, I just don't know how far. You still got to keep it within the lines of rankings. I don't know where Overeem. I don't think Overeem ranks that highly. He might though. I might be completely wrong.
Oh, isn't Overeem isn't he light heavy?
No, he's heavyweight. I'm saying as far as
so then I think
his rankings in the top 10.
I think he's ranked probably like number 5 or 6 or something like that. From what we watched his Overeem Sakai fight, and I remember Sakai was like number like 8 or 9 or something, and Overeem was like 6 or 7. So he is in there.
Or Jones fighting like a Rosenstruck. Rosenstruck looked freaking amazing against JDS. So
yeah.
That dude's only got one loss. Dude's fast too, and he's big. He's a big guy, so he'd be a great matchup with Jones. But I mean, we've talked about this so many times. I'm ready just to kind of to die down on it a little bit. Because we can talk. I mean, every week Jones is gonna say some bullshit because that's all he does is he talks on fucking Twitter. So
right.
Jones. He's just trying to sell relevant at this point, and this is coming from somebody that's a big John Jones. I like him as a fighter. I think he's one of the greatest of all time, but he's going to keep talking. So, besides what we've got coming up with Covington Woodley, that's next weekend.
Yeah, I want to see. I do want to see that.
It's gonna be big.
I want to see Covington shut the fuck up finally.
Really, I was thinking the same thing about Woodley.
Really,
dude, I can't stand either one. I can't stand either way.
Well, he's just such an ignorant, like Trump. So I mean, he's just he reminds me of the kind of dude that is just so fucking stupid. That is just so he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I mean,
that's his act.
You're a fighter, bro. Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, and you're right. It's 100%.
He's playing as villain, right?
But, yeah, and he's doing it right. He's doing it right for sure.
But I mean, I know what you're saying is, he got demolished by Usman, so he's really got to bring it for Woodley. I just cannot stand Woodley because of all the excuses he's made. And
but Woodley turns out of STL, man.
He's a boring fighter too. I mean that's fine. There's other STL fighters that I appreciate.
Oh really?
Okay.
I don't know very many. So.
Oh, there's a huge one is Matt Hughes. Matt Hughes fought out of Hillsborough, Illinois. So there's been a couple of them. Not too many, but yeah. I mean, I appreciate the local talent, but Woodley just has made so many excuses about his career. He had that shoulder injury and that shoulder problems, and then he took some time off, and then he fought against Wonder Boy. He was boring in those fights, so I'm just kind of ready for him to I mean, it'd be cool for him to beat Covington, but he beats Covington. What does that put him back as a contender for Usman? Because I think Usman wins that fight every single time, so it's just kind of interesting. But on that same card, we got
Chimaev, that's at welterweight, right?
Yeah,
that's at welterweight.
Welterweight, yep, yeah. Welterweight. Chimaev is also fighting that card. I don't know if you've heard of that guy at all, but
I've heard of the name, but I don't think I've ever seen him.
He's he's on the O'Malley hype train right now. I think he's 8-0. They're really hyping him up. He was calling out McGregor, but I think he's maybe in the 20 rankings, if that. I don't think he's in the top 10, so I think he's at like number 15th or 16th ranked. So we'll see, but that'll be a big fight for him to win. Who else we got on the card? We've got Cowboy.
Oh shit,
Cowboy's fighting Price on that card, man.
man.
That's at least with Cowboy, you're always gonna get you're gonna get a
Somebody can
brawl.
knock out.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. You're gonna get a slugfest. So I mean that'll just be cool to kind of see. But other than that, man, right after that weekend we've got that Adesanya card, that's gonna rival the Habib card for the biggest of the year. So
After this week, man, it's gonna start to speed up. Like we're gonna start to have a lot more shit that we can't even keep up. Like we can't, we're gonna have a lot of content for the channel. I mean, just shit that
happens pretty often too with UFC. At least is they usually, you get that middle period, July through September. You're gonna slow down a little bit. I mean, we got lucky with this year with Cormier being a decent card, but September, October, November, December, especially New Year's Eve, we're gonna have some pretty pronounced fights. So
you think they got another big one for us for probably one more before the end of the year?
There's November, I believe. It's not official yet, but I believe November was a pretty big one. I want to say the guy that just beat that Figueroa, he just got the title. I think it's Benavidez, maybe.
I feel
whatever
like I might have seen it, but I wasn't paying attention.
It was for the belt that was given up by Henry Cejudo. I think it was bantamweight. Bantamweight. So they're that guy's gonna be fighting again. I don't know who he's fighting yet. But I think that's November. And then every year there's always a big one on New Year's Eve. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Jones, man. I know Dana's really said he's not probably gonna fight until next year, but
he's about to.
Jones has not fought since February, so he's completely due. I know he's gonna have to take some time to get to the heavyweight, but shoot, 3 months is plenty of time. So
I don't know, man. Those calves are hella skinny. Those calves are so.
They are. They are. He's gonna have to pick up the squats and the calf press.
He definitely needs the calf press.
But maybe we see him fight Rosenstruik or Nagano's up ready for it too. But Nagano's hasn't fought in a while too. So I think the only one that you can definitely count out is Stipe for a heavyweight fight. So maybe we'll see some, or we could always see another McGregor return. That's not out of the cards yet either. I know, again, Dana said that he's not going to fight, but we'll see. I don't ever hold that much to a standard, considering he always flip-flops his answer.
Everybody, look at these, man. These are bones for real. Is that what they call them, bones?
Look at that oblique kick, though, man. That thing's dangerous.
Look how, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna get the O'Malley treatment. Yeah, but see, you notice that though, man. You notice that with those long, skinny, fighters.
He's got length for sure.
Adesanya's the same way, man.
Oh
Adesanya ain't got no calf muscles. Neither did Anderson Silva. It's just
it must be the way. Yeah, I mean that's a traditional look for boxers too. They have really skinny calves.
All right, look at that. Look at that side kick.
Boom to the stomach, man. You can see his abs flex too.
Is that Belfort? Or is that? Huh. I can't tell if that's Belfort or if that's Lyoto Machida.
I don't know who that dude is.
I think that's Machida.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think he's probably gonna need more time to acclimate as well. Let me stop sharing the screen here.
Yeah. You're right.
So yeah, man. I mean, I guess that's everything in UFC for the time being, and on the horizon for boxing. I mean, it's this COVID situation, man, is really. I think that's what makes boxing interesting right now. When you look at the economics of the sport. I mean, these guys are going to have to start fighting each other, man. And I mean, that's why you're seeing Lomachenko and Teofimo. That's why I waited 2 years for that fight, and now they're going to do it. Now they're going to do it. So, I mean, and nobody wanted to see Lomachenko versus another bum again. So, I mean, he doesn't fight bums, but people I want to see him fight somebody I know, please.
Sure.
So I mean, that's probably one of the biggest I mean, if not obviously Tyson Fury and Wilder, but I think it's just probably a close number 2 to the biggest card of the year. And
when's AJ supposed to fight again?
No word on that. I know. Well, actually, you know what? I think he's trying to get a fight in December or November. But it's versus guy Pulev, Pulev.
Oh yeah, you were talking to me about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch it. You know, it's heavyweight, so like you got to watch it. But I'm not really hyped, if you know what I'm saying. It's just I already kind of feel like I know what's gonna happen.
Sure.
But
no Dillian White.
Yeah, he's trying to get the rematch.
Yeah, man.
I doubt that his promoter or manager will let him get that right away. But
you gotta let that die.
Yeah, let that go. Yeah, man. So, and I mean, what else? What else can I even come up with on the spot, on top of my head? Obviously, I mean, and as the weeks get closer, I'm looking forward to the Charlo pay-per-view. I'm not going to buy the pay-per-view, but I'm looking forward to the event. Time. And I think Jason Rosario, who is the co-main event, is probably. I'm thinking that might be better than the main event.
Oh wow!
But both of them are going to be exciting in the same kind of way. I just think Jason Rosario the styles are going to mix a little bit better because he's from like South America or something. I forget where he's from, and then the other guy's from like Russia. So yeah, man. I mean, it'll be a good night of boxing. I think like 24th or something like that. And then we got, Tank Davis. I don't know if you know Tank Davis. He's heard
of him.
Javon. He's like Floyd's like younger, like protege. He's like a younger. He's kind of like they call him Tank because he hits real hard at 130. He hits he knocks people out, man. And he's actually fighting Leo Santa Cruz on pay-per-view.
I like Santa Cruz.
Yeah, and I think
smiling.
He's a nice guy, man. But he hasn't fought nobody either. You know what I mean? So this will be probably one of the best fights that I've seen Santa Cruz in years. I think the last fight that I watched with Santa Cruz was like 5 years ago when when I first came to DePaul. When I first came to school, like the night I got here, he was fighting Abner Maras on Fox pay-per-view or something. Not pay-per-view, Fox like PBC. And that was not a war, but they were throwing, man. Those little guys can throw some fucking punches. And I think he's got a chance to outwork Tank in this fight, man. And hopefully Tank makes weight, and hopefully it's entertaining. I don't know exactly how that's going to go down, but I'm looking forward to that too. So we got some fights on the horizon, man. And
sure.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
Yeah, man.
What you been up to, bro? What you been doing today?
Oh, besides having a close heart attack in the game, man, just been hanging with the little guy.
No dashing today?
Oh, I will tonight.
Okay. So where you going?
STL.
Okay.
So
for sure.
Get that money, man.
You ever think about doing both Uber and Uber Eats?
I did Uber Eats in Orlando, but no, not really. DoorDash has been, thankfully, kept me pretty busy, and I don't really mess with people being in my car, so.
Okay, yeah, I don't like that shit either.
So.
Man. Yeah, man, you gotta put together a playlist for your.
Yeah, man, I do.
But I feel like you're always so focused, man. You always like turn down every time you stop, you always turn down the speakers. You always turn.
It helps me see, man.
Yeah, somehow I guess it helps you see better.
Yeah. I'm always trying to squint my eyes, man, trying to read these house numbers because they're so bad. But it's I tried to, man. I try to treat it like a full-time thing. It's giving me the flexibility to be with the kiddo, so that's all I can ask for. And also give me the flexibility for stuff like this, man. I love it. So
yeah, for sure, man.
But yeah, I think that about covers it, man. I think next weekend we're really gonna have, this time next Sunday we should have a pretty good matchup to talk about, at least UFC terms.
You
So,
just something, yeah.
something different.
Someone's calling you.
Right. Oh yeah.
Um, what's
you
what
see,
you got there?
you see, he's wearing the Chicago Bears.
Oh yeah, oh
Had to,
yeah.
man. Had
Like
to,
father,
man.
like son, man.
Right.
Um, all right, man. We'll call it for this week. Thank you, everybody. Make
Thanks for
sure you
tuning in, guys.
smash the like button, subscribe, stop fucking around, subscribe to the channel,
Right.
support us. We're here every Sunday,
Every single
and
Sunday.
we'll see y'all then.
All right, man. It's nice talking to you. See you
Yeah.
guys next Sunday. Peace out.